Is your phone on silent?
It is on a vibrate.
Okay.
So I like the feeling in my pants. Nobody ever
Hey.
calls.
No, I
This is not at all what we talked about.
Yeah, we're finely tuned athletic machines, and like not even the cake, like not even the poor presentation of the cake. We shouldn't even have cake, but like who puts the charcuterie next to the saltines? Okay, charcuterie is with a CH, saltines is with an S. Yeah, like
You know what starts with S. But you know what?
yeah.
It's okay. You made an effort, and we appreciate it. But I think we're gonna go with a different S because we're high class.
That's right. We're interested in protein, healthy carbs.
Yes.
We watch our macros. We're just gonna scoot this bakery to the side. Yeah. We want everybody to see that the Gentleman's Club has brought sushi. It's very healthy.
Very much so.
Yes. So, anyways, did you say something?
Oh, no. That's so nice of you to provide your own refreshment.
Of course.
Well, I mean, if you want something done right, you just got to do it yourself.
Definitely. And that's how the Gentleman's Club got started.
Yep.
So,
absolutely.
Definitely not looking to give toys in the mouth, but that's okay. Welcome to tea time, everybody.
Was she licking in the mouth?
I think she said she has horses.
Oh, weird. I didn't see any outside.
Huh.
I love being passive aggressive.
Bizarre.
That is bizarre. That's right. I mean, it smells funny, but I wasn't gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the horses. Okay. I hear you. I see you, Paris. I see you.
Would you like to start us off?
Yeah.
So, that one actually
Enough talk about a horse's ass.
I think I'll go this spicy looking one.
Oh.
So I like things spicy.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. I can feel my muscles being fed by the abundance of leucine in the salmon on top of the sushi.
Yep.
Yes.
Like it.
That's very good.
Always pinky up.
Yeah.
I think I'll try this one next.
Proper.
That's good.
Well, I'll try this other one in the center. It's got shallots on top. I can always tell when they use real crab.
Yeah.
Crab meat.
I feel so forgotten.
That imitation stuff is just awful.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for Mealtime with the Gentleman's Club. And our special guest today, Paris. Thank you for joining us. Would you like some wasabi?
Would you like to see the door downstairs? It's quite pretty.
Paris, I feel like you're not taking this very seriously right now. And
This is quite the opportunity for you.
I just want you to know that this is really nice of you to join us on Mealtime.
You guys are so condescending. You should have a podcast.
We actually thought about that once.
We did. Yeah. Anyways, Paris, since you're a guest on our show, what would you like to ask?
There's not really that much wasabi
I already put
there.
some on. Do you have any super hot sauce? Like goat?
Oh, good thing we brought this sushi at least, because otherwise we might have to. Is that lemon? Gross.
Bad.
That's right. Well, I mean, lemon really just tastes like cleaning solution. Okay, but that's an interesting thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like people eat lemons, and I don't get it, right? You don't get it.
Gross.
But what do you call like a broken down car?
It's a lemon.
It's a lemon. And so then why are we eating lemons? Like in Russia, apples are the #1 export of fruit, and apples, I gotta say, are manly. A broken down car, that doesn't even make sense. Ooh, I bought an apple. I mean, like, what's like one of the most successful technology companies in the world right now?
Apple.
I feel like we're getting way off track.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today at Mealtime with the Gentleman's Club and our special guest, Paris. She is very excited to be here. Sorry for the brief interruption. Doing good today. Now that got some protein in, some healthy carbs, a little bit of seaweed, which is really good for your immune system. Yes. So, thank you, Paris, for facilitating this today.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I would like to know, where is the origin of the Gentleman's Club? What attracted you to each other to form a tech team?
Because Bald is
Pass.
beautiful.
Pass? Can we?
Oh, are we gonna pass?
Let's pass.
Let's pass
We're not
now.
attracted to each other. That's a really weird way to phrase that question.
That's a weird way for you to take it.
How else would we take it?
Two wrestlers having great chemistry to be able to work together?
What are you implying here?
What are you taking it as?
I feel like this is entrapment. I don't like the tone of your voice, Paris.
I don't like the suspicion.
Okay, you're the one placing this on us, and you're trying to put words in our mouths. Okay, you're trying to force an image into the viewer's mind, and we came in here. We were going to be completely neutral. Okay, we were going to be completely bipartisan. Okay, there was no affiliation one way or another. Okay, Paris, would you please try and keep a straight face? I am being completely serious with you right now. And you came in here saying what attracted you to each other. What, like our mutual enjoyment of sushi?
Well, than me.
All of the best foods are really in a very odd shape, I would say, like corn.
Okay.
What, now that I passed on a question, you're trying to like take drugs?
Not again.
It's
You
time for
went
the next
into the thing,
segment
okay.
on Mealtime with the Gentlemen's Club, where we're going to talk about recent released movies. Have you seen the Unfrosted movie?
You know, I can't say I have.
Yeah, with Jerry Seinfeld and Jim Gaffigan.
It was terrible.
You guys haven't seen
No,
it?
negative.
I thought it was fantastic.
That's the Pop-Tart one.
Yes.
I haven't heard good
That's
things.
the movie about the origin of the Pop-Tarts, but it's also kind of a parody at the same time. Like I was reminded of my own childhood when I saw the children in the dumpster with, you know, the crisps and the fruit goo. You know, like I remember eating crisps and fruit goo,
So
pectin, smashed fruit, probably boiled.
90s or
Have you
something.
not ever had a Pop-Tart?
Weird.
It's not.
What do you call
Oreo.
it?
What do you call it?
Jam?
No, that's what you do when you listen to a good song. You jam out,
This episode is getting really bad.
right? Like I like to jam out with my clam out.
Yeah.
And oysters and
Mussels?
squid, mussels,
Uh-huh.
yeah, mussels.
I mean, I figure we're kind of dealing with a little shelled,
Mhm.
clammy looking thing.
I need to cleanse my palate here.
Good palate cleanser.
Yep. Well, it is our show. I mean,
Yeah.
you're just our guest. I appreciate that. So, continuing with recent releases, have you seen the the latest horror movie to really blow up streaming? I guess nothing goes to tape anymore. Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either.
Okay, so Late Night with the Devil is based on like the 1970s talk show circuit where all of these talk show hosts are vying to be number one in the ratings. And this one guy, this one talk show host has a plan to bring in a girl that is supposedly possessed by Satan himself, and then he tries to interview her while having a skeptic, a psychic skeptic, there in the background who's trying to disprove everything that's happening. And then things take a turn for the worse. Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Good.
Yeah. Mealtime with the Gentlemen's Club. Is there anything that you would like to talk about? Like, what made you attracted to professional wrestling?
Power.
Okay.
Like electricity? I've never seen you like handle the extension cords or anything.
So weird.
It's weird.
Yes, Dr. Steve. Why are you so obsessed with crushing people's urethras?
Well, I'm a urologist, okay, and so I like to provide free checkups. You know, I don't know, not everybody's equipped to handle those checkups, but we're slowly making sure that all men are healthy, one male at a time. It's like my gift.
Yeah, for sure.
Doc's gift and God's gift.
Oh, I like that.
So real quick, sorry, Paris. We're just gonna move this over. We kind of brought some of our own food, high in protein, healthy carbs, balsamic rice and jasmine rice. You know, has a really good glycemic index, and so
Thank you, sir.
thank you for having us for this dinner time with the Gentlemen's Club.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Paris. Okay. Thank you for having us.
Would you like some of the prosciutto? He looks like a saltines goat.
I mean, it is very fitting that you have slammy for wrestlers.
Salami?
Is it
Salami?
Oh, salami?
Salami.
Sorry. Well, you shouldn't eat it anyways.
Lots of fat. Not good fat.
Well, my individual debut really came about as Dr. Steve in the Biohazard, when that had taken over Wrestle Club. Wrestle Club had shut its doors, and they needed a benefactor to kind of lead the charge, as it were. And that's really where Dr. Steve began.
And then, of course, I debuted as a silly redneck potato farmer that had a inbred hillbilly tag team partner.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And so, and life kind of happened, and
You could do much better anyway.
Absolutely, and well, here we are. So,
There you are.
yeah. And so actually, it kind of came together out of necessity,
Mm-hmm.
if you will. So, because it was
Opportunity.
right about the time of Biohazard when the world shut down, and Dr. Steve was looking to expand his horizons, I guess.
Yeah, I put a bug in the Spud Brothers, Jonathan Monroe's ear, and convinced him that it would be, beneficial is like not even a strong enough word for it, that if he were to split from Bill Lee, I don't even know what kind of name that is, that there would be a much brighter future, less potatoes in that future.
Definitely.
Club?
So.
Well, I was watching Wrestle Club throughout Biohazard Paris, and I saw that there wasn't a really strong tag team division, and I knew that as the brains, I could take the tag team division by storm, and in that, I saw the brawn of Jonathan Monroe, and that's really out of opportunity. I knew that if we were to tag team together, that we could just take over, and soon those titles would naturally be ours.
And they were.
And they were ours to be had. We kind of worked the bugs out in the Wrestle Club Forge, and then it was our chance to challenge for the belts, and we defeated Project Mayhem fair and square and evenly, right in the center of the ring. Right in the center of the ring. For the
and
1,
the
2,
crowd
3.
went nuts.
Absolutely, because they knew that finally, strong, fierce,
Good looking. I think you were going to say
intelligent champions now were carrying those titles.
And we were some of the longest reigning tag team champions in Wrestle Club.
How long did you hold those titles?
I mean,
why put a number on it?
Yeah.
Why put a number on something like that?
That's fair.
It's like how long has the greatest automobile company been making automobiles? There's no reason to put a number on it. How long's a piece of string? Who knows? There's no reason to put a number on it, but we rely on those things, string and automobiles, of course. So, yeah,
And how many owners have they gone through over the years?
They're still struggling with the effects of Patrick Holloway. Right? Is that his name?
I think so.
Yeah, something like that. They're still struggling with the effects that he had on the business side of Wrestle Club. Unbelievable.
Owner.
When he shows up, but it's kind of like when your parents get divorced and your dad's there only like part of the time. Dr. Steve, he's full-time dad. So
I'm always there. Always. And I will always be there for you, Paris. That is my promise. Absolutely. You're absolutely welcome.
Well, you say that funnily, but I consider myself a father to Wrestle Club. You look at all the young talent around there.
Absolutely.
Look at heck, we even have a father-son tag team there. And
where's that father at?
He's a bum. He's an outlaw. At one point he said he came from the Idaho Department of Corrections. And so it's only a matter of time before his son goes down the same path. But, Gabriel, if you're watching, when you see this, come talk to God's Gift, and I'll show you the way. Just like I have all my other fans.
Yeah, if you want a real mentor that can lift you up and help you excel in this career, Jonathan Monroe.
Absolutely.
Take you under his wing. Big brother, little Gabriel.
So I like it. Might even call it the Monroe way.
I like that.
Little
That's
callback.
clever.
I feel like callback.
I feel like you should write a book.
You know, I should. But yeah,
I'd read it.
I digress. So,
Yes. So I think it was pretty good.
hmm
It was pretty good.
Yeah. So, I think for me, God, we were out in, where the heck was it? I want to say Ontario.
Okay.
We had the, was it Ontario? No, it wasn't Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
The little,
You're asking me about your match?
yeah.
Okay.
You weren't there, but it was at that
But you're
rodeo.
You're still asking me.
I am.
Okay.
Because you booked
Well,
all
I'm a
this
doctor,
stuff, and
so yes, you're right.
yeah. So, but I remember I was wrestling, the little scorpion kid.
Oh, Alex Ron.
Alex Ron. I
Ron.
like it. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
wrestling him and beating him in front of all of his native or fellow,
Rodeo goer.
rodeo goers.
Sure.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So that's a pretty loud crowd. So.
All of the yeehaws.
Mhm.
I
And the-
believe that was Nisa, Oregon.
Thank you, Nisa.
Oh,
Nisa.
Nissa.
Nisa. Oh, is that how you pronounce it?
I think that's the dignified way to pronounce
Okay.
that. We don't want to.
Don't want to offend.
Yeah, we don't want to single anybody out.
No. So yeah, so I beat him in front of all his rodeo goers, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So
I had helped out behind the scenes of Idaho Wrestle Club since really the very beginning, and I was the backstage paramedic. I would tend to the wrestlers as they came back through the curtain. One of the first events where they had a tag team tables and ladder match for the tag team titles of Wrestle Club. And I remember that being a very, very serious point where everybody decided that we needed to have a paramedic backstage to take care of everybody. And then from there, I just continued to invest not only in myself and the fellow wrestlers, but I invested in Wrestle Club as a whole. And, angry clown-dressed wrestlers, punk ghettos, but we're able to manage and we're able to survive and thrive under the tutelage of Dr. Steve.
several of the shows, and this is back probably 2016-ish, and a lot of the guys I was seeing were, clowns, ghettos, clowns like Project Mayhem or Rick, what's he going by now?
The
big bad wolf.
It's weird,
yeah.
because he was like from the projects, and then he was like a Viking.
It's different every
I think,
6 months,
and then,
yeah.
And then he was a wolf, and then
And then
Now-
he
now
became
is-
Panda.
right now, yeah, he was a panda. I think he's just Little Red Riding Hood at this point.
Yeah. So
You know.
anyway, so
Little Red Riding Knight.
yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. So long story. I'm not tiny like Alex Ron.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
so I can't do all the the flippies and the spinnies and all that other hoopla. And so anyway, kind of put the dream aside, and then I came out to these shows and I'm seeing these clowns, like a whole truckload of clowns, and I'm thinking, well, if these fat, out of shape computer geeks or bums can get in a wrestling ring, well, certainly, why can't I? So started training, and within a year became the the highest rated wrestler on Cable One.
Yeah, I
Public television,
Your
so-
moniker really says it all.
Yeah.
God's gift.
Well, things haven't changed, so I call it like I see it. And if you're gonna sit here and boo God's gift, well, I might have to point out why you're not God's gift,
Yeah.
and I am.
Well, it seemed like on a positive note,
Mhm.
you are trying to help by drawing attention to everybody, because maybe if they felt a little more self-conscious, they might actually take some pride in the hard work it takes to transform.
Yeah.
So that leads me to another question
Mhm.
for you, Dr. Steve.
Yes.
What does it take to be a wrestler in Wrestle Club?
Oh, great question, Paris. So in Wrestle Club, we're offering an opportunity to help some of these people that Jonathan Monroe previously mentioned to have a chance to break those unhealthy habits, to give up the sweets, to give up junk food, and to really learn healthy habits and train. Because not a lot of people have willpower or the ability to stop eating cookies once they have the first cookie. Wasn't that even a popular ad slogan for potato chips? You can't eat just one, right? Well, that's been ingrained in the minds of these people. Isn't that right?
Okay, yeah,
Right?
totally.
And that's been ingrained in the minds of these people. And so Wrestle Club is offering this positive opportunity to help train people away from those things. You're gonna build muscle. It takes you gotta have a good physique, you gotta have good cardio. It's a marathon. It's not a race, it's a marathon to be a professional wrestler. And all of those things are what Wrestle Club is going to teach you.
I believe
Isn't that right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, totally.
Oh, wait, what was that?
Did you throw sushi?
There was a
What?
fly.
Why would-
Why would I? Why would I throw sushi?
Why would you waste
Yeah,
sushi?
exactly. I mean, this stuff is so very
It's good.
It's very good.
Very good.
I like it.
Yes.
so much.
Eat your sushi. Yes.
But you know, people were a little bit more aware of their weaknesses,
Right.
then they can work on them.
Yeah, I'm like that guy from that show, Tim the Tool Man, and all these wrestlers in my home improvement. Various schools. I spent a lot of time out of the country. I grew up in, everywhere. I didn't really have a family, didn't have a home life, spent most of my time on the road. So all there really was to do was to read books and to study. I've been to Harvard. I almost went to Yale. I decided not to. I went out of the country. So I spent some time in London, Britain. I spent some time in New York. I got most of my business degrees out of Mexico, along with all of my, medical practices. But just below the border, like Tijuana or something like that. But anyway, so next question. Yes, among many other things, but urology is one of those things.
Why do you like pressure and your fellow comrades?
I'm confused by your question, and maybe you don't fully understand because you haven't experienced the Dr. Steve urological adjustment. It's kind of like a mixture of, like a little chiropractor work, a little bit of quackery, and urology, all thrown in together. Because I feel like when you mix your medical practices, that things usually turn out for the best, right? I mean, we see how your skin looks, and so I feel like it's just good to do to. I'm just giving out like free urological adjustments, and sure, it hurts at first, but really you feel better later, and it helps, and it helps what's really important for me, which is winning the matches that I book for myself. Well, I mean, even if you don't have insurance, no anesthesia, but you're still fine.
You'll recover.
Yeah.
What does the future look like for the Gentlemen's Club?
Well, I think the future is bright.
Absolutely.
I use air quotes, lost our number one contendership, but Idaho Wrestle Club is in a state of transition right now. I mean, let's be honest. Ever since the belts were just brutally, insanely ripped from our hands, he's having a flashback right now. You have to give him a second. We don't want to trigger any PTSD in Jonathan Monroe, so I'm going to tread lightly. But Wrestle Club is in a state of transition right now, and so the future for us is bright because, as I see it, we never did lose the number one contenderships to the tag team titles, and those belts are rightfully ours. Those titles are rightfully ours.
Definitely.
Excuse me. Patrick Holloway, he's a funny guy. Most of the time when wrestlers are asking questions and they have concerns and needs and things, that come up in the backstage, he always seems to say something like, I'm going to step out really quick and go get a gallon of milk, or I'm going to step out really quick and go get an energy drink, and then he just never comes back, which I feel like I've experienced that before. I feel like that there's no petitioning to be done. Patrick Holloway, like backstage, the wrestlers have questions, they have needs, they have concerns, they're trying to figure out different things that are going on, and like Patrick Holloway, he's a funny guy. It seems like when you're asking him a question, he always says something like, I've got to go get a gallon of milk, or excuse me, I'm gonna go get an energy drink really quick, and then he just never comes back. I feel like I've experienced that before somewhere. But anyways, so Patrick Holloway, he's just not there. And so who am I going to petition, myself? I don't think so. So we are the number one contenders. and we will get those titles.
As we know, tag team names, very important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Mm-hmm.
At first, I think for a hiccup, we were going by the agency, and that just didn't really seem to fit.
It didn't stick. I thought like Fruit of a Loom wasn't very good either.
Mhm.
That one didn't work.
And so, but for the longest time, your bozo ring announcing partner, Mr. Cole,
Oh,
he referred to me as Gentleman Jonathan Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure where that came from, but
but it's very accurate.
I am a gentleman. And so, but it just drove me nuts because if you're gonna call me properly, the proper way to address me is God's gift, Jonathan Monroe. But I digress. So we kind of just started kicking around Gentlemen's Club one day, and it seemed to fit.
And it stuck, yeah.
And it stuck.
Because it's like a very exclusive club,
Mm-hmm.
That we are in now. So.
And there's nobody else in Wrestle Club that could potentially even come aboard.
That is gentlemanly?
No.
Enough of a gentleman?
No.
How would you say the plural of that? Or yeah, gentlemanly? Gentleman enough?
Yeah, sure.
Most gentlemanly?
Mm-hmm.
From the real Gentlemen's Club? Well, it's like asking, is Chippendale's gonna cease and desist Disney? I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Okay? I mean, you've seen us without our shirts on, Paris. I mean, you never stop talking about it. So, like, who are they going to cease and desist? Really? Okay? I'm like Patrick Swayze, okay? And he's like the other guy from that skit.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's not important. We are the Gentlemen's Club. They should be coming to us asking if we want to make a guest spot at their club because they're interested in increasing sales. And you can get a hold of us through Idaho Wrestle Club Facebook. Anyways, I feel like cease and desist is the opposite of what they would do.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, definitely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for mealtime.
Yes, thank you for everybody. When you see this, not if, when you see this, thank you for joining Dr. Steve Superb with a capital B.
God's gift, Jonathan Monroe.
For Mealtime with the Gentlemen's Club. Presented to you by Tea Time with Paris.
Until next time.
Until next time.